Today we will be showing you how to do a chassis swap on a Juniper EX series line card style network switch. This procedure will apply to all line card style EX series switches. If you have a non-line card style EX series switch, we have a separate video for that chassis replacement. To begin, if your switch is still operational enough to do so, you will need to log into the console management port using a standard terminal emulator using the settings displayed on screen. Once you have logged in, you will want to display and save your configuration. To do this, use the command shown on screen to display the full configuration file. Copy this to a text document and save it. You can now shut down the switch using the command shown on screen. Once the switch has powered off, you can go to the switch and begin the physical replacement. Note, you can leave your terminal session open during this process. You will start by flipping the power supplies to standby mode, if applicable, and then unplugging the power cables from the power supplies, along with any console or management cables from the routing engines, making sure to label them if necessary. Then you can label and remove all cables to all line card ports on the switch, including any fiber uplink cables if you have them. You will then need to remove all line cards, routing engines, and switch fabrics from the chassis and set them safely to the side. Finally, remove all power supplies so the chassis is completely empty. You can now remove the chassis from the rack and set it to the side. Now you can put the replacement chassis in the rack. Install all line cards, routing engines, switch fabrics, and then finally power supplies into the chassis. Then you can plug in all cables to all the line card ports that you labeled and removed earlier. Plug in all console and management cables to the routing engines. Once you have verified that all cables have been plugged in, you can then plug in your power cables and flip the power supplies to the on position. Return to your terminal session. You should be able to see the switch booting if you did not shut down your terminal session earlier. Once you are at a login prompt, you will want to log in as root. Use the command shown on screen to display your full configuration file. It should not have changed. Check this by comparing it to the text document that you saved earlier. If everything is the same, then you are now complete. If everything is not the same, copy the information from the text file over into the CLI, paste it, and then commit the configuration, and everything should be back up and running as it was earlier.